Ethics vary from environment, circumstances, and culture in my own life. Ethics play a major role, whether it was because of the way I was raised, the experiences I've had, or just my outlook on the world and the way things should be. My biggest aspects of ethics include being honest, compassionate, and looking for the best and beauty in everyone. I have been told repeatedly that I trust people too easily, but I find that when I put my faith and the trust in people when others would not dare to, they almost never betray me. I would hope that people would put that faith in me. Trust and honesty is an investment you put in people. If you build enough trust in them and show yourself to be honest, they will do the same in you. I value honesty so much, and it's an expectation I have of myself. I will put honesty before the risk of humiliation, before selfishness, and before anything less worthy of the gospel truth. Even in being honest and trustworthy, I do not come off cold and heartless. Compassion and honesty go hand in hand. If enough of each is put into every situation, I admire those who trust and are trustworthy. Compassion is the greatest form of love humans have to offer. According to Webster's dictionary, compassion means a feeling of sympathy for another's misfortune. My definition of compassion is forgiving, loving, helping, leading, and showing mercy for others. I have this theory that if one person can go out of their way to show compassion, then it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. It wasn't until recently that I learned that the first and the second and the third impression can be deceived full of what kind of person someone is. For example, imagine you had just met someone and you speak with them 3 times on a brief everyday conversation. They come off harsh as a cruel, harsh, stubborn, and ignorant person. You reach your judgment based on these 3 encounters. Let me ask you something. Did you ever ask them what their goal was in life? What kind of past they came from? Did they experience love? Did they experience hurt? Did you look into their soul and not just their appearance? Until you know them, and not just their type, you have no right to shun them. You have not looked for their beauty, their good. You have not seen the light in their eyes. Look hard enough, and you will always find a light, and you can even help it grow, if you don't walk away from these 3 impressions first. I am sure that my codes of life may be very different from yours, but how do you know that the trust, compassion, and beauty will not make this world a better place to be in, and this life a better one to live? My codes may seem like a fantasy that can never be reached, but test them for yourself and see the kind of effect they have in the life of people around you. You may just start a chain reaction. When you take the challenge, you gotta take it seriously and don't joke about it because this is a serious cause, and it's stuff about bullying, and we had to close our eyes and think about people that we loved, and it was hard because just like everything's been bothering me lately. But Rachel's challenge hopefully will make a very big step in my life and help me through everything I've gone through, because I realized that this young lady did not deserve to die, even though she knew that she knew she was going to die young. And I'm going to input pictures of the things she drew and wrote, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope you enjoyed the beginning of me reading her period thing when she wrote an essay in her 5th hour. Anyways, enjoy the rest of this video on Rachel's challenge, and I will give you facts right after this.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken Travie, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. It's just the last girl that played me left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note.
Come on.
Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Let's go! If I was an old school 50-pound boombox, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops and crank it higher every time they told you to stop? And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me when you have to purchase Mad D.